Carrie Bammer, and I am the Animal Care Manager here at the Humane Society of South Central Michigan. We are located at 2500 Watkins Road, Battle Creek, Michigan, 49015. Our hours of operation are Tuesday through Friday from 12 noon to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are closed to the public on Sundays and Mondays. You can reach the shelter by calling 269-963-1796, and you can also visit our website at www.hs-scm.org. If you see any of the animals today that you are interested in, we cannot always guarantee that they will be available by the time that you see this, so you would always want to call the shelter at the number that I've given you, or you can always visit our website to see what animals that we have here that are available. Please call the shelter to find out more information on any of the animals that you see today that you liked. And thank you for watching. These are the two kittens that we currently have available. We have Kanga and Rue. Kanga is the female and Rue is the boy. They are both orange kittens, as you can tell. They are approximately 11 weeks old, 10 to 11 weeks old, I do believe. They're both fixed at this point. They're up to date on their shots. They've been microchipped. They're both very healthy. They've just been introduced to the room a couple of days ago. They're very playful. I think that Rue, which is the boy, he will do probably well with most age of children. He's very affectionate and loving. Doesn't mind being handled. Kanga, on the other hand, she's a little bit more reserved, a little bit more wiry. She might do better with kids that are, 8 years and older. She doesn't mind being held and petted and stuff. It's just she's just not as affectionate at this point. Doesn't mean that she won't become that way. She just needs a little bit more handling and would do better with kids that are a little bit older. But they're both pretty affectionate, very playful, and pretty normal kittens. And so you have Kanga and Rue. This is Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a domestic short-haired tiger male, and he was born in November of 2013. Jeremiah is a special adoption as he was born blind. The vet basically said that it was probably... he was born that way. It's in his genetics. I think that when the owner had brought him in, she had said that the whole litter was like that. It does not stop him from being a normal cat. He eats fine. He uses a litter box with no problems. He would do best in a home where everything was kind of the same, where they would allow him for time to get used to his surroundings. The rest of his senses are been heightened, so he probably hears and he smells, extraordinarily well. He does get a little overstimulated with petting. We do recommend him to go to a home with older children and maybe an owner that has a little bit of experience with special needs cats that will allow him a small area to get used to at first. You want to make sure that there aren't any sharp edges or anything like that in the area where he might be that he would bump into. We do have a lot of information for people who are interested in him to help them if they had decided to adopt him. They need to understand that he has a special needs and that they would have to accommodate their home just a little bit for the special needs cat. He is pretty sassy. He also enjoys sitting in your lap and being petted, and he will make an awesome companion for the right person, couple, or family as long as they understand that he has special needs, and he will take a little bit of time to get used to the household, but once he does, he should live out a very fulfilled, long life. And this is Jeremiah. This is Goose. Goose is a 1-year-old male domestic medium hair. Goose is a little shy in the cat room, although he is very, very affectionate with people, but he's a little bit scared of the other cats, so he has a little bit of a tendency to hide every once in a while. So he would most likely do well in a home with kids that are at least 10 years and older. With time to adjust, he would probably be fine. He may be okay with a dog as long as it's cat friendly. It didn't really want to play with him, but I think that he would adjust pretty easily. He is super affectionate. He loves to be petted. I think he knows his name because if you kind of call him Goose, he'll come over to you. But he's just one of a kind, big, beautiful orange cat. And this is Goose. This is Antony. Antony is a domestic short-hair male. He was born in April of 2012. Antony is a very affectionate boy. He seems to play okay with a couple of the other cats. It just really depends on personalities. He would do best with kids that are at least 10 years or older. He's another one that's not really been used to being picked up and held. So he is really stiff and is uncomfortable with being picked up and held, although he does like to sit in your lap. He would make a wonderful lap cat. He does like to play, and he does have quite a bit of energy. He most likely would adapt to a dog with a slow, proper introduction, and as long as the dog is cat friendly and is used to being around cats. Antony is going to make a wonderful companion for the right person, couple, or family. And this is Antony. This is Mona. Mona is a domestic long hair. She was born in January of 2014. As you can tell, Mona is a little shy sometimes, mostly around some of the other cats. She's very friendly, and she can be very playful from time to time. She would do best with older kids. And she may be best as the only cat. And this is Mona. This is Mystery. Mystery is a beautiful domestic long-hair female. She was born in April of 2012. Mystery is also front declawed. She is a very, very quiet cat. She would most likely prefer to be the only cat in her new home, but she tolerates the others. So if you had a cat in your home that had kind of the similar personality as her, they most likely would adapt to one another. She will most likely be afraid of dogs. Just because she is front declawed, it kind of takes away that first line of defense. But if it's a dog that's used to being around cats and it's an older dog that's not high energy, she most likely would adapt okay. She was surrendered because of the family combined together and there were smaller children in the household, and she stressed very badly. So we recommend that she goes to a home with older children. She would most likely do very well with an older child that was 12 years or older and understood that about her and respected her. She's a very pretty cat, and her fur is so soft. It's almost like Angora. She's so soft. But it is very fine, and so you'd want to make sure that you were keeping her groomed well. As you can tell, see how nice and long and pretty it is. And she does kind of have a shorter tail, but she's a very sweet girl, and she's going to make an awesome companion for the right person. And this is Mystery. This is Espen, that has decided to plop himself down on the book because he wants to be center of attention. Espen was actually Pet of the Week in the Shopper, I do believe, last week. He is extremely friendly. He is very playful. He gets along pretty well with some of the other cats here in the room. He does have some siblings that are in here that he does very, very well with. So if you're looking for two cats, they would do very well adopted together or not. He most likely would adapt to a child that was 8 years and older and was responsible and friendly with him. He may be okay with kids that are a little bit younger as long as they're used to being around cats. He can be very rambunctious from time to time. He does pick on some of the other cats that don't like to be around other cats. So if you have a cat that you've had for a while and it's not used to being around other cats, he may not be the best mix for you. He is a very nice cat, and someone is going to find that he just is got lots and lots of personality. He's going to make somebody a wonderful companion, and this is Espen. This is Frank. Frank is a domestic short-hair male. He was born in August of 2011. Frank can be a little reserved from time to time. He would do best in a quieter home. We do recommend him with children that are at least 11 years or older. He does like to sit in the lap, and he does like attention from certain people and at certain times of the day. He will make a very nice companion for the right person who is looking for that specific type of cat. We think that he most likely will tolerate a dog, but he may be best as the only cat in the home. There have been cats in here that he has gotten along with, that he's actually played with a little bit, and that he's groomed, but that's usually very short-lived, and it really depends on the other cat. I don't think that Frank needs another cat in his household to make him feel complete. I think that if he had an owner that respected him, got to know his personality a little bit, gave him the treats that he liked, petted him in the areas that he liked to be petted, and allowed Frank just to be, you know, himself, I think that he'll make a very nice companion for the right person, couple, or family. And this is Frank. This is Oreo. Oreo is domestic short-hair female. She was born in November of 2010. Oreo has been at the shelter since March of last year. Oreo is a very nice cat. Right now she is intensely watching the birds outside. She is a very nice lap cat. She's very playful. She loves attention, and she can be very vocal when she wants the attention. She would do best with kids that are 9 to 10 years or older. She would prefer to be the only cat in her new home, but may tolerate another. It really depends on the space that you have for both cats. With time, she will adjust to a dog. Oreo will make a very nice companion for the right person, couple, or family. As long as you got bird feeders outside your window, so that would keep her very content and happy. And this is Oreo. This is Carly. Carly is a domestic short-hair female, and she was born in August of 2014. Carly is still very young. She is a very nice cat. She's very playful. She does like attention. She gets along well with the other cats. Right now, she's watching the little chipmunks that are out the window in the solarium, which a lot of the cats are very, very into that right now because we've got a lot of them out there. Carly is a very sweet girl, and she would do well with kids that are at least 8 years and older and are respectful with her. She would do well with a dog, too, as long as it's cat-friendly and they're introduced properly and slowly. Carly will make a very nice companion for the right person, couple, or family. And this is Carly. This is Maggie. Maggie is a domestic medium-hair female. She is about 9 to 10 months old, I do believe. She's not quite a year old, I know that. She is very, very sweet. She was adopted, and the person had returned her because apparently she liked to scratch on things, which is normal for a cat. It's just something that we try to educate people on, is having plenty of scratching posts and how to keep the cat to come towards the scratching posts. Maggie is a very nice cat. We have not seen any behavioral issues with her since she's been here before and since she's been returned. She did have an upper respiratory when she was brought back. We've gotten her over that, and she's doing fine now. She does well with the other cats. The home that she was in, apparently she did well with the dog that was in the home. So most likely she will adapt to another dog as long as it is cat friendly. I know that the dog that they'd had was a smaller breed, so she may do better with a smaller breed dog. She would do well with children that are probably 8 years and older. I've never seen her try to run from anyone, scratch at anyone. She really likes being petted, brushed, and she's very playful. And that was Maggie. This is Hercules. Hercules is a male domestic short-haired cat. He was born in April of 2012. Hercules is a little bit reserved from time to time, although he really likes the attention and the affection that he gets from people. He may be best as the only cat in the household. He would most likely do well with older children that are at least 10 to 12 years and older. He's not great about being picked up and held. A lot of small children really want to pick up the cats, and I think that Hercules wouldn't really know how to act with that. So it's best if he goes with older kids that you can explain that to. He most likely would adjust to a dog with a slow, proper introduction. He's very affectionate. He's going to be a very nice companion for the right person, couple, or family, and this is Hercules. This is Faith. Faith is a domestic medium hair female. She was born in September of 2014. Faith is a very rambunctious girl. She likes attention, but yet is extremely, extremely playful. I don't recommend her in a home with another cat unless the other cat can tolerate her obnoxiousness. I'm not exactly sure how else to explain it, because she does pick at some of the other cats and can be kind of a stink pot about it. She may be okay with a dog as long as it can tolerate her behavior too. As you can tell, she gets a little nervous about being held, so I would put her in a home with older children that are at least 10 years and older. She's a very nice cat, but she does have a little bit of an attitude. So as long as you have plenty of toys for her to play with, climbing things, so she's got her trees, the towers that she can climb, scratching posts, bird feeders outside the window that she can watch, things that are going to keep her occupied. I think that Faith will give her new home endless hours of entertainment. and this is Faith. This is Dahlia. Dahlia has actually been here since April of 2013, but because a lot of the time she hides in the treehouse, we don't get to see her. But because we have another cat that's in there, she is choosing to stay out of the treehouse. Dahlia would do best in a quiet home. She does like attention on her terms. She can be reserved and quiet. She is a very quiet cat. But she does not mind being petted. I think that she would make a very nice companion in a quiet home where someone was a little bit more experienced with cats and understood that Dahlia, she wasn't used to having a lot of attention on her. She doesn't mind not having the attention, but she doesn't mind getting it also, as long as it comes at her slowly and on her terms. She has never hissed or tried to bite or swat at anyone at any point in time. She is very quiet and just prefers things to move around her that are very slow and quiet. So we would recommend her to go into a home with older kids, possibly a dog as long as it was respectful, and another cat she would tolerate as long as it was respectful of her and her personality. And this is Dahlia. This is Saira. Saira is a domestic long-hair female. She was born in May of 2012. Saira has been at the shelter for almost a year. She can be a little reserved from time to time, but she is coming out a lot more for attention. We have a lot of people that come in that are very interested in her. Saira would do best in a home with older children, and she would most likely be best as the only cat. She may tolerate another as long as it had the same personality as hers, kind of, that was a little reserved and really would just like to be left alone. She may be okay with the dog as long as it was cat friendly and it did not want to play with her. She might be fine with that. She's not real big about being picked up. She does not mind being brushed, so she's pretty easy to groom. And with a long-haired cat, that's something that is pretty important, that they are able to be groomed. Saira will make an awesome companion for the right person, couple, or family. And this is Saira.
Access Vision. Your voice, your community.